Welcome to the fourth episode of the Garden Dirt. I just want to sincerely say thank you for bearing with us as we figure out our mic situation. Hopefully today is a lot better. Also in exciting news, we have our first ever guest on the Garden Dirt, hailing from Alburnett, Iowa, Grant Soukup, who is part of our design and sales team.
Appreciate you guys having me on today. Pretty excited for the show.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I mean, let's jump in and get to the real questions. What is a day-to-day life like for Grant Soukup?
Here at Culver's, it's interesting, to say the least. My day varies all the time. There's no 2 days during the week that's really the same for me. It's one of the reasons I really love what I do here. I'll go to appointments with clients, have a lot of design time, do some estimates, bids, play a lot with my software. It's pretty fun, so, yeah.
I guess, what's your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part is meeting with clients, figuring out whether they have a problem with a solution that I need to come up with, or whether it's just revamping an outdoor living space, creating a space for them, to be able to enjoy in their free time. I enjoy all aspects of that, and like I said, I really do enjoy that no matter what, no two projects are the same. So I get to kind of see a lot of different aspects of people, which is nice.
Do you notice anything this year compared to years past, or do you notice that every year there's a different trend people are looking for?
Oh, absolutely. This year especially, we've seen the housing market is really, interest rates have gone up, and it seems that people are kind of staying grounded at their houses now, and people are really working on investing more in what they currently have rather than moving to somewhere new. So we're seeing a lot of people take pride in their place, whether that's, like I said, revamping a front of the house with new plant material, fresh rock mulch, such, or an outdoor living space, like a patio space. A lot of people are putting pools in. Outdoor kitchens are coming back, which is nice. So good to see a boom in that for sure. So definitely year to year has been different since I've been here.
What's a specific this year, someone's got to have, or like a trend that people are following either off like Pinterest or something where they're seeing they want to implement it into their yard?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We did a lot of pergolas this year.
Pergolas.
A lot of people, again, I think it's still from derecho, losing a lot of shade with big trees. So getting that immediate shade, you can get it. It's really nice. So we have a lot of options with some of our subcontractors and other things that we get to spec. So nice thing about Culver's here, we have a lot of connections, and we're able to kind of fill that void for people, which is nice. So yeah, a lot of pergolas. Sweet. And we did a couple wood storage columns this year, which was kind of cool.
Those are,
so where you just,
I mentioned that in past episodes.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat.
Yep.
Yeah, the Outdoor Oasis has one,
it's coming up. Making good progress on that project. Absolutely.
So I guess we kind of skipped over a part on how you got here. So we've all gone through kind of how we ended up at Culver's, what the steps were to get into our position. So why don't you give us a little background on how you became a designer at Culver's?
No hold back.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my third full year in sales already. Before that, I spent, I think, just about a full season in our field installing with our new construction division, doing a lot of the houses there. And then I did a little bit of residential stuff too to try to learn. That's helped me a lot with estimating. I was able to learn within the own company that I'm at now of how quickly we do things, how long it takes to build walls, patios, install things just as vinyl edging and bullet edging. So that's helped me a lot. So I did that for a full year before. I was kind of an assistant designer in a transition period there to kind of learn the ropes of how our office and sales staff works. And then when I was at Kirkwood, I actually worked in our nursery a little bit. So full season in that as an internship, and then I worked when I could between schools. So that helped me really expand my plant knowledge and helped me get a good background going and a good rapport here. So
yeah, I mean, even talking about Kirkwood, we even went back on Friday.
Yep.
And did a career fair, so that's definitely a good spot to go if you want to get into the industry of designing, or anything.
How are the class sizes now?
They're actually up since I was there, which is nice. Again, I graduated 4 years ago, now almost, and my class had about 12 or so, and I think we met with 20 or 30 first-year students.
That's awesome.
Good turnout, so hopefully.
That's good to see for the industry, definitely.
I knew last year they brought out probably right around 16 or so to walk through, and we talked to. So
yeah, it's exciting to see
cool.
that young minds are looking to get into it, because the industry's ever evolving, which is good to see. So.
Absolutely.
So I guess we work together in a lot of different ways, but the main one for us is me as the nursery manager, you as the designer. We do a lot of plants. I help with all the ordering of plants, so I work with Grant kind of talking through, like, say one plant's out of stock or I can't find it, or one's not looking as good as another one, just from the retail side of what are people wanting. So I guess that's how me and you kind of work together, is through plants and figuring out what works and what we can get. Why don't you give us a little background on how you and Phil work together and go through communication?
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me how we work together.
Yeah, sure. So nice thing is Phil and I work hand in hand pretty much on the daily together. Phil,
hand in hand.
Yeah. Phil project manages.
Skipping along through projects.
He project manages a lot of the jobs. So I work with the client, as we kind of talked at the beginning, come up with all the plans, develop everything. Our department puts together some packets for the crew, which then goes to Phil. He kind of organizes materials, things like that. Him and I get together on logistics if there's any, custom things, like we talked about that wood storage column. Some of those little details we like to get on before. So our day-to-day together is just communicating what job sites we're at, whose clients we're working at. Is there a plant sub? If you have to go through him to me, so the three of us work together a lot. And then Phil and I just really communicate on what's next, what's coming up. Like I said, a lot of detail things, and so
just talk to the job basically.
Yeah.
As a homeowner sees me on site and wants to change something or whatever from the design, we just converse and double check and just go with it.
Phil's biggest challenge, I would say, and maybe I'll throw this at myself. He has to think what I was thinking in my head and make it happen. Sometimes there's some designs I do. I like to get a little outside of the box.
Well, I even see that with plants too. You pick a random one that I'm like,
sometimes I like to spec some things that are a little wild, but
always makes it interesting.
It does. I like to keep you guys on your toes, but no, Phil does a really good job of that, making sure whatever's in my brain comes out at the end of the project and it looks really nice. So he does a good job when the homeowner isn't quite sure, like, Grant drew this on plan, but we think we know. Phil's like, I got you.
I got it. I know what he was trying to go for here. We'll execute.
Yeah, him and the guys in the field. We have. Hopefully, you guys have hit on that quite a bit. We have some craftsmen here, so a lot of guys in the field take pride in what they do. So between Phil and the crews, making sure that those little details are hit. So.
Yeah.
So I guess the next question is: there's been a little confusion. Pavers and bullets. What's the difference?
Yes, this is a common misconception that we get many times a year, whether it's from spring, summer, fall. People call in and ask, and they'll say, we set up our appointments with our design team. We have three of us that go out and meet residentially. And when those calls kind of come in initially, people are like, I want pavers around my house. Well, we think automatically paver patio, because that's what we're familiar with, right? On the professional side of it, we know what that means. And then we go out to these initial contact meetings with our homeowners, and they want bullet edging. Bullet edging is bullnose edging that comes in many colors. It is a nice upgrade from some of your typical plastic edging and just no edging at all. We do utilize it a lot, probably 80% of our projects, I would say, honestly. So it's a common product that we use and others do in the industry, but it's used for edging. Completely different thing. It's made as an edge restraint. It holds in rock, mulch, other different finish options like that. And it is entirely different than pavers. So we're talking completely different realms of the landscape world. But like I said, it is a common misconception. No harm, no foul, but just so people know when you call it.
Looking for edging.
Yes, you're looking for edging. We want to revamp the edging around. Our edging is crooked, it's sunk in. Perfect. We're more than happy to take care of that for you. So but you're not looking for a paver patio. There's a difference.
Well, can't you do a paver patio out of bullets?
No, you sure can't. Another misconception that I'll go into with that. We sometimes have people ask us, well, I have this little slope. Can we just glue them together, one on top of the other? No, that is not structural at all. They will literally fall over. It's an eyesore. We will not do it. It's a problem. So, common misconception number 2 with bullet edging, yes. You can't use them for patios and you can't use them for walls.
No.
So, they're kind of a one-stop shop kind of thing. So
I'm going to go back to your designing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part from when you meet the client or meeting the client to when you create the construction folder and you pass it off, or you go to final billing?
Okay. Yeah.
Your whole process through a project.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite part?
My favorite part is when I can conceptualize some of my ideas, like I said, because when I'm on site with the client, it's really just a quick 20 to 30 minute, maybe max of an hour meeting. So I don't get to know them very well. They don't get to know me very well. Unless it's existing, of course, then we're a different route. But I really try to take that time to more of like an interview, get to know what are they looking for, what's the whole deal. I don't really get to put my ideas together yet. I get some thoughts, but when I get back to the office and I have that little time at the end of the day to kind of decompress in my office, I get out my pens and I just start kind of scribbling. And that's my favorite part, is when I can start kind of conceptualizing, figure out some of the things we talked about at the initial contact, put them into a sketch and be like, okay, now we're kind of cooking a little bit. So part 2 of that is then, can you get them in for a presentation?
Yep.
I love getting a design in front of people. Anybody, any other company can send them an estimate and they can see those numbers. We can do that too. But what we pride ourselves on here at Culver's, especially in our design side of it, is our designs.
Right.
We want to make sure that we get you in here, we talk through what we're thinking. So again, like I mentioned earlier, the client can kind of get on the same page as us, as this is how we're going to do it. So
yeah,
I really like to get in front of people, talk to people about it, talk them through it, and that's exciting.
Well, the whole process here at Culver's is an experience.
That's what we're about.
It's a client experience.
Yes.
So you're not just writing a check and getting a product, you're getting in a whole
And we want to make sure you're confident throughout that
Absolutely.
whole time. Like I said, that there's no stone unturned. There's no hidden fees. There's none of that type of stuff. We want to make sure that you are getting what was designed, what was discussed. You get to pick the products with it. We're going to obviously give you some ideas, but we want you to pick it at the end of the day. So we kind of assist in that the whole way.
Right. I guess another question maybe for a listener out there that's thinking about getting into a patio, when they come in for that presentation and you're giving them what you kind of drew up, it's encouraged for them to give their thoughts then and kind of, I don't like that, could we do this type thing?
Absolutely.
Like a seat wall or something like that to add on or take away is...
Absolutely.
Does that happen a lot, or more people...
That's a good question. I mean, I would say 70-30 yes, that we put some scribbles on it and talk things out. Usually when I go into it, I'll print off a couple different designs. One that they can kind of see that stays nice, clean, labeled pretty. And then the next one, we literally just scribble all over that. We conceptualize everything. We kind of talk through it. They're like, I don't know about that color. I don't know about that shape. Can we do this? Let's draw it. Let's do it. Nice thing about that in our office is I can pop down from our conference room and our showroom there, back down to my office, make those changes quick, and show you exactly what we just talked about. So, and then we're not perfect. There is every once in a while the people are just like, that's exactly what we want. Perfect, done. Right. So...
Well, I just curious if that's the best time, or is it kind of when Phil gets out there? But it sounds like the best time to make those changes is before the guys get on the ground.
Well, it happens when I'm there too, but
right. But more than not, you'd rather have it in the office, so we have it on.
I would like everything where I don't have to randomly find block and pull it from wherever and get it delivered next day, or have a hiccup on a job site. Yes, does it happen? Yes. We work through it, but 90% of the time, everything's ready. We show up, we get it done. Everyone's happy.
Sweet,
absolutely.
Well, I guess we can get into the root of it. I got some customer questions, or even just people out there listening. Daniel wrote in and asked, for a normal project, how long can someone expect for the whole process to take, start to finish?
Okay. So we want to talk like kind of our initial contact point all the way to kind of our final walkthrough. So this is where we're kind of connecting what all three of us do here. I'll kind of hit all the points. That really varies, because there's not a project that we don't turn down, of course. So if we meet first of the year in April, you can probably expect your project to be done June-ish, July. So we're about a 3-month basically from the time you meet with myself or one of our other design team members to the point where one of our project managers meets with you for a final sign-off, walk through the project, you're done, cut and dry, good. As we go throughout the year, like right now, we're starting to book into next year a little bit.
Right.
We have a few spots to fill for the end of the year, but we try with the amount of crews that we have here to stay no more than that 8 to 12 weeks, because we want to keep people fresh and excited for their project. It's hard, signing up for a large outdoor living space and then having to wait so long for that. Right. So we try to keep that 8 to 12 week typically. That's a typical one I see in our industry, especially here.
Just depends how. There's been times where July, we're sold out, but it's been a while since that. But trying to churn it and also keep work there. But it depends too. How many subcontractors do we have? That's a huge thing we kind of touched on a little bit, but there's a lot of projects where there is 5, 6 subcontractors on a job site.
Absolutely.
And we got to work through them to get everything. So yeah, it's just kind of an open-ended question.
I guess touching off of that, even so, you said we're pretty much sold out for the next year, but kind of recommend if you are looking for a patio or something, you can still come in the winter, even if there's snow on the ground, and kind of get those steps going so that you're one of the first ones
Grant's
out of the gate.
got snow boots. He'll be out there walking your property, measuring stuff up. Did you say next year?
I meant we're sold out for the rest of this year. Next year, to get on the calendar for the 2026 year, we still have a lot of spots open.
Yes,
so,
we'll get Grant out to your property or our designers this winter.
And we will.
Yes,
We'll take
your
appointments
parka.
all winter long. I mean, no, if it's blizzard, we're probably not coming out that day, but we'll come out the day after. I know
'Cause
another.
why?
We'll shovel everything off, man.
We'll be plowing.
We'll be plowing snow. We got to plow
Plowing
snow.
snow.
And then
It's too
after
early.
that's done, I'm serious. I've gone out to appointments where I've gone out in the muck boots, the snow boots, and I've shoveled off an existing patio to figure out what to do. So it's actually the best time of year because our crews aren't out installing near as much. So we have a lot of office time to sit, meet with you, design, work on the project. So winter is one of the best times, especially for bigger outdoor living spaces. But we'll take any project, of course. So
Yeah.
start planning now if you want to be done in the spring. Can't reiterate that enough.
So do you feel the creative juices flow better in the winter? You get more time, more energy focused on a project than a bunch coming at you?
That depends. I really like when I have a ton, like a big backlog. I have a lot of folders to bounce back and forth. I like to just constantly, churn them out as I go. So in the winter, it's nice because I do have more time to sit down, look things over, digest it a little bit more. Maybe I can do an extra revision or two here and there. But you also look outside and everything's just sticks.
Yeah.
And white a lot of times here in Iowa, so it's kind of gloomier. But like that springtime, summer, like right now, even everything's blooming, trees are starting to turn. My creative juices are just starting to really get going. So yeah.
So we had another question from Melanie. We kind of just touched on it, but do you guys also do small projects or just big ones?
Absolutely. Like I said, we'll do anything. I mean, to an extent of, we talked about the bullet edging earlier. We'll do anything that's the comparison is actually a good range of what we do.
Yeah.
We'll do anything from a small, we'll replace.
Rip and tear.
Yes, rip and tear.
Phil's
There you go.
favorite
I
word.
like the rip and tears.
Yeah, we do a lot of existing tear outs. We install new, of course. But yeah, like I said, it's a really good telltale of what we do of, we'll do the bullet edging. And, and that's it, all the way up to a paver patio.
I think one
with
we did
pool.
this year was a smaller one, but I mean, again, we'll do whatever.
Yeah.
Was just a round of utility boxes. We put in a couple bullets, 3 plants, 4 plants, rock and edging.
Absolutely.
2 more examples.
So we just do planting jobs too. If people just want trees,
Absolutely.
you can come out. We can plant a hedge if you want. Just do the hedge. I mean, there's multiple things you can do just with even mulch and rocking jobs. I mean,
One single B&B, like
Yeah.
you said, tree planting. We can go.
and sitting in the meetings in the early spring, we do mulch, cleanup. That's kind of more of our pruning side, but still part of the landscape. And top dressing and even just switching out rocks. So there's a lot of things you
I have a
can
regular list
do.
of year-to-year spring mulchings where we just, every year, we come out and just top dress all your mulch. So
Yeah, we've done some this year where some small jobs, especially in the Marion area, where it's, like I said, it's as simple as tear out vinyl edging and just put in new bullet edging all the way around the house. We didn't touch the rock. We didn't touch the plants. It all looked nice. They were just kind of looking for that next upgrade.
So now for our next segment, What's the Dirt? I'm going to read it right here from our website where you can actually go on and type in what you want us to talk about or say right here, and we'll read it for you. So this is where we're going to share the funny, messy, and sometimes unbelievable stories from the landscaping and gardening world. It could be a DIY disaster, a hilarious moment from a job site, or even some insider scoop from the green industry. If you've got a tale to tell, send it our way. The good, the bad, and the muddy.
Wow, what a description of what that is.
That's awesome.
Well, I guess I could go since I had a little funny story. So I went 4 or 5 years ago. I did the tree plantings. I went out to people's houses and planted them. And I
Definitely
had
5.
it was it 5 years ago.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it
because
was.
you were in
It was the derecho, so yeah, it was. So I would go out and plant trees. Most people, they come say hi, tell me where they wanted the tree to go. But it was a hot day, and this lady decided that she was going to come out with her lawn chair sit down and have a margarita and just watch me plant this tree. So for the full 45 minutes, she's sitting there, not saying words, just sitting there sipping on margaritas, watching me struggle to plant a B&B by myself. So that's kind of just a little funny story. Not that if you want to come out and watch the guys and drink a margarita.
She didn't offer you one when you were finished?
No, she didn't. I don't think I was 21. So yes, I was 21.
Yeah,
I was definitely 21.
But 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was 21. I was
you were 23.
Grant, you got any
I
dirt?
don't.
Any funny job site visits or anything that happened to you? You ever rip your pants on site?
Yes.
I've done that too.
I won't name names, but I had a truck driver come in a couple days ago dropping off some plants, and he walks up to me and pulls up his phone, and it's completely shattered. And I was like, "Oh, what'd you do?" Well, he was loading the plants up in an Avant and had his phone in his pocket, got a call, talked on the phone, set it down, turned, and ran it over. So the whole thing was just shattered. Couldn't see anything. And he's like, so that's how my day's going. So I feel like those kind of things happen quite a bit on job sites where you're just like, it's just piling on. So you have any of those, Phil, that you could
Multiple times. I've seen guys put their phone on the track of a skid loader while they're taking a break or, talking or figuring something out, and then set it on the track, hop in the skid to go. Where's my phone? All right, Grant, you got any
Are you
stories
a
from
pink
What's
pony
the Dirt?
roller?
Yeah. As a designer, I don't have a lot, that I get out as much anymore other than meeting with clients. But I do go out and paint out my designs on the job site sometimes to let them lay it out, get the scale and everything. I was at a project here a couple weeks ago. Gray Culver's polo on, end of the day, jeans.
Looking fresh.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And we're painting out this site. It's a higher end project, and I'm painting everything out. The subs were there. My paint can kind of exploded. It was a little windy that day, and
Wait,
I
was
realized
this the Oasis?
this was the Oasis. This was the Oasis. So I was painting everything out before we started getting the pool layout and all that stuff done. And I got pink paint, gray shirt, blue jeans. Not a good combo when the tip of the paint can explodes off. No one said anything to me. I got home and I had pink everywhere here, all over the side of my leg, all the way up and down. And I wondered why everyone was looking at me a little funny. And then I understood. But no one could tell me. So
Really?
that's about all I do is I paint myself apparently.
Hey, at least it wasn't a white polo, because that would have
That'd
been even worse. Or it might have looked
Good news
okay.
is it was washable marking paint. I got it out. It's all
that's
good, but it exploded.
Well, Grant, thanks for coming on today. We really appreciate it. You being our first guest on The Gardener has been
First of many.
First of many, but the first always.
Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate you taking the time.
And that's The Dirt.